The web industry is changing fast. When you search for something today, the first result oftentimes is an AI-generated search result, not a website. That means fewer clicks on traditional search results and a bigger chance that your website will be shown less and less. So if you want to stay in the game, you need to adapt. And that's where Semrush One comes in. I will show you how Semrush One combines powerful tools in one platform, giving you the data, insights, and workflow to win, whether people search for Google or ask AI. Full disclaimer, this tutorial is sponsored by Semrush, but as you know by now, I only make tutorials about tools I really like. So in this tutorial, we're gonna do two things. The first one is I will show you with Semrush One how you can get all the statistics to see how your website is performing. And the second thing is showing you how Semrush One can help you to show exactly what you need to do in order to be found better in all search results. Before we get started, two more practical things. In the description of this tutorial, I have timestamps, so if you want to go to a specific part in the tutorial, you can click on the timestamp and you go directly to that part of the tutorial. When I go too fast for you, you can go to the settings here at YouTube, go to playback speed, and slow down the speed of the tutorial. And if you want to go back a few seconds in the video, just hit the left arrow on your keyboard and you'll go back 5 seconds in the video. And now if you want to, you can go to the YouTube settings and change the audio track to a different language. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. Normally you can make use of a 7-day free trial for Semrush, but I have a special deal for you. You can get an exclusive 14-day free trial using the link ferdy.com/Semrush. Hit enter. You can also use the link in the description or the link in the first comment. This is an affiliate link. And then you arrive on this landing page. And normally you can get started for free for 7 days, but because of my special affiliate link, you can get a 14-day Semrush One starter trial. So click over here, try for 14 days, and then you can continue with Google or fill in your email address. I will fill in my email address, create a password. And if you want to, you can receive news and SEO tips from Semrush. I check that and then I click on create account. I need to verify my email. So let me copy this code. I need to fill in my credit card details. And then after 14 days, I will be charged for the first month. So I can use it for free for 14 days. Semrush One has 3 plans. Starter is for beginners, essential SEO tools plus AI visibility and content optimization to rank faster. The Pro Plus plan is for growing brands. You get more websites, more keywords and content optimization to rank faster. And then there's Advanced for power users and agencies. It's maximum of everything, plus API access to plug Semrush data directly into your own tools and workflows. No matter which plan you choose, you get both the classic AI and AI search covered in one place. And that is what makes this offer unique. If you have a business, you can fill in your VAT number. So I click over here on subscribe. And then I click on continue. I can invite others. I skip that for now. Now it's time to fill in our own website, or if you want to, you can use a random website to see what kind of results it shows. I will go with my own website, Ferdy.com. And the first thing I want to do, I want to enter my website. So I say over here, https Ferdy.com, and I click on start now. So what we see over here, it can look overwhelming, but let me walk you through it. There's a lot of information over here. So let me walk you through it. Over here, AI search. How many times is my website indexed by AI tools like ChatGPT, AI Overview, AI Mode, Gemini? This is on a scale from 0 to 100. I mentioned 101 times, and of all my website pages, 37 are indexed in AI tools. And I see over here which one. Then we have the good old SEO. This is the authority score of my website. If you use paid keywords, you see the amount of keywords that you use. There's the organic traffic. And then over here, the amount of domains that are linking to my website. And of all those domains, there are a total of 22,000 links toward my website. And then there are organic keywords. So this is traffic to the search results. And this is on how many keywords I am ranked in the search results. Then we scroll down. Position tracking. Well, there's not a lot of information over here yet because I just uploaded my website. But over here, I see my top keywords that I'm ranking for. Then we have the site audit. The overall site health, how many pages are crawled. So there's so many more pages that are not crawled yet. As you see, 82 have issues. So as I said before, I can see the information over here, but Semrush is also helping me to fix those issues. So here we see all the errors, all the wording. So there's a lot to be done. Over here, we can get more information if we set up those 4 tools. I'll do that in a minute. And here are the traffic analytics. How many visits? A lot less than the month before. Unique visitors, page visits, average visit duration. This is really good. And the bounce rate, how many people go from my website at once without clicking on anything. So I can see this for the last 6 months. And over here, I see how many people went directly to my website, referrals, organic search, social, and email. I can also turn a few off if I want to. So I want to have direct versus email. I only see those 2 lines. Then organic rankings from the United States on a desktop. How many people are linking towards my website? This is really important in order to rank better in the search results. And it's also really important that websites are linking to you with a high authority. So we want to have a high percentage over here at the top and a lower percentage here at the bottom. And here you can see which websites there are. With Semrush, you can connect with different tools so you can get more data. The more data you can collect about your website, the more Semrush can help you to improve the quality and the searchability of your website. And the great thing, it's really easy to set everything up. So let me show you how we can do that. So in order to get more information, I can connect my Google services by clicking here. I give Semrush access like that. I click on save. Now if I scroll down, I see more information. Over here, I also see more information. So I suggest you do that. And you can also go over here. On-page SEO checker, backlink audit, organic traffic insights, and link building tool. You can click on setup and walk through the steps. And as you see, then you get even more information about your website. So now you see more information on-page SEO checker. So let me do the other ones, setup, and walk through the steps. There you go. Let me connect Google Search Console. So I grab this Gmail account, select my website, add a user. There you go. Edit. Here at the dashboard, I go to the third one, organic traffic insights, connect Google account, and the link building tool. So I added a few competitors. I click on start link building. So now over here at our SEO dashboard, we have so much more information. And you see it all in one overview. And if you want to learn more about specific details, you can click on it and then you go to a page where there's even more information about this subject. So you can click on it, or here at the left sidebar, you can get more information about your domain, organic rankings, top pages. And if you click on it, it can be that you have to fill some details. So again, I will upload my domain over here. I click on search and then I get more information. So you want more in-depth information, click over here. You want to have an overview, go to the SEO dashboard. So let's talk about AI searchability. This is a huge opportunity, and Semrush One can help you to figure out what you need to do in order to be found better in the AI search results. So let's take a look at that. Now let's go to AI over here. So the first thing we need to do, we need to enter our domain again, https ferdy.com. I click on check AI visibility. So it says it's quite low for ferdy.com, so there is room for improvement, and that's why I use this tool. So if I hover over here, the average industry of my competitors is 29. So right now I'm at 18, so I'm going to use Semrush to increase this to at least 29. So when it comes to mentions, how many prompts are there that will make the AI tools show our website or content of our website? And if you click on it, you see which prompts trigger a response that mentions our website. You can also see the full response. So here we are at the prompt step. If I go back to topics, I see which topics are performing really well when people fill in a prompt about this topic. Let's go back up. There is citations. That's the amount of time my domain is mentioned in the response of the prompt. And then cited pages, how many pages of my website are shown in the results of prompts on all the AI tools. Then over here with the monthly audience, I see an increase, which is good, of course. AI visibility. So where are we mentioned the most? Here's the distribution by element based on mentions or cited pages. And what I like is that I see over here in which countries I mentioned the most, because I focus with Ferdy.com on people in the United States. So that's a good thing. If I scroll down, this is where we can spend a lot of time. Right now, the first step, your performing topics. Which topics are performing really well so far? So my name, Ferdy Korpershoek, and related content, the Bloxy theme, the hello element or child themes. So here we see all the topics, and here we see the prompts. So when people fill in the prompt, move website to a new domain, I appear at Google, and over here I can see the full response. Well, if you want to be found better and get this number higher, then we need to take a look at topic opportunities. And if you want to fine-tune these results, we can fill in some competitors. So WordPress.org, let's say wpbeginner.com, wpcrafter.com, Daryl Wilson, and I can get rid of this one. And then I can click on Analyze. So this is even better. So I could start writing about startup name IDs, all the software we needed to create a website. So I can talk about WordPress, about Shopify, about Wix, Squarespace. So here I can get the IDs. And when I start to implement that, then I will be indexed more. So here are the topic opportunities. And the more you fill in your competitors over here, the better results you get over here. Then cited sources. How many times am I mentioned through YouTube and other big resources? Source opportunities. So here you see my competitors, which are mentioned a lot. And here I can get inspiration. So I should write more content about creating an e-commerce website, how to build an e-commerce website, make your own booking website. And if I start doing that, then I will be placed more over here. So also here I can get a lot of information that can help me to find subjects to make content about. And then the latest one, cited pages. So over here, I see all the cited pages at ferdy.com. And right now my website is not too big, but if your website becomes bigger, you can see the number of prompts. And the more you have, the more you're doing the right thing for that particular page. So if I would take this one, I can take a look. What are the prompts? And what am I doing on this page, which makes me be cited more than one where I'm not cited at all? So I can analyze the pages that are cited the most and then apply the same principles to pages that are cited less. So also this is an overview page. And I can also decide over here to filter things. So let's say I only want to talk about ChatGPT. I'm even lower. If I go to AI overview, it's a bit higher again, AI mode. So I can see per platform how well I am doing. We all want to be found better. And one good way to be found better is to take a look at what our competitors are doing and what is working for them, what is not working for them. Semrush knows that the only thing you need to do is fill in the websites of your competitors. So let me show you how you can do that. And then you can see what you need to do in order to perform better than your competitors. Then we can go to competitor research. So what we see over here, we have a few other domains that are competitors of mine. And if you want to analyze that, you can click over here. I've done it already. So what you can do now over here, if you scroll down, you see topics and prompts. So if I take a look at those 4 websites of competitors, there are a few subjects that people mention on their website. If I see a big spike over here, Daryl Wilson talks about logo creation tools. And over here, I see online money-making strategies, also a big spike. So I can click on it. And then I see the prompts. So when people fill in the prompt on Google, how to get cash online, Daryl Wilson will be mentioned. If I want to be mentioned, over here I see I'm not mentioned at all. I should write more about how to get cash online, different ways to get money, ways of making money. So when people fill it in at Google, I can be shown over here in the search results. So this is a great way to take a look at your competitors on which subjects they are cited. What you also can do is fill in your own prompts, and based on those prompts, see what you need to do in order to be found better in the search results, both SEO and AI, based on the prompt you fill in over here or the prompt you want to be found on. You can also go to prompt research and fill in your own prompt and see what the results are, if that's something you could write content about. So I can say WordPress. Let's go for hosting and development. So you see 330,000 topics within the AI world. And if I click over here, this is what I could write about. Best WordPress websites, WordPress integrations, best WordPress plugins, best WordPress managed hosting. So here I get 5 ideas to create content about, so I can be added in the prompts of all those AI tools. I can also go to the prompts and make sure I create content with all those titles. Fastest hosting WordPress, WordPress management company, WordPress website company, plugins WordPress, and then create content about that. I can go to brands, Hostinger. I can write information about Hostinger, about WordPress, SiteGround, WP Engine. And then we have source domains. So I can take a look at the domains of people that are mentioned. Of course, there's YouTube, WordPress.org. So I scroll down. If I click over here, so there's YouTube. I click over here. And these are videos I can all take a look at.
Hey there.
This is a friend I met last week. Super cool for the first time in my life. Simon, really nice guy. But now I know this content is really popular. So I can also create content similar to this. And it's already in my niche, cyber news. So in that way I can get inspired. I can go to other websites, see what kind of content is shown over here because this is doing really well in the AI search results. So let me click over here. Build a site that stands out on WordPress.com. So I can take a look at this information and create something similar. If I start doing that, and I keep persistent in that, I can also start to rank better in the AI search results. This is my favorite part, brand performance. We need to fill in our website again, and then we get personal advice on what we can do in order to be found better in the search results. And it becomes really personal, as if a person is giving us manual advice, but it's all generated using AI. Let me show you how that works. Next, let's take a look at brand performance. How well is our website doing? So I enter my domain, https ferdy.com. I click on Analyze, and I go for United States. The language is English. I click on Get Started. And this can take a few minutes, so I will be back with you when it's loaded. So there is so much to cover over here. Let's start with share of voice versus sentiment. This is an overview of things that are contained in this page. But if you want to go to the specific areas, you can go to those specific areas over here. What I like to do over here, I turn off Other. What I see is two things. Share of voice versus sentiment. Like, how big is my voice in this industry? And then the second one is, how high is the sentiment? Do people like me or don't they like me? Well, if you take a look at Elementor, for instance, their sentiment score is 50%. Why? Because oftentimes people don't like the updates they are doing. They focus on other things. That's why it's so low. If you take a look at the top performing one, WP Beginner, it has a really high sentiment score. So a lot of people like what they're creating. And then there's mine, 88.2%. And that's also how I want to come across as a friendly guy. Sometimes people ask me to bash certain tools and I say, I don't do that. I only want to talk positively about things. And if I don't think positively about it, I make no tutorials about them. And that's why my sentiment score is really high. Then there's the share of voice. How much influence do I have in this industry? So over here, you see WP Beginner 6.4, Authority Hacker 5%, WP Tuts 7.4, WP Crafter 9.6, Elementor even more, 10.2. So if I'm like, I want to be liked more, I can take a look at the sentiment score. If it's low, I can decide to be more positive. There's so much more. Overall sentiment, well, people seem to like me. That's what I like. And then there's a share of voice. How big is my voice in this industry? If I remove others, I see Ferdy 5%, WP Crafter a lot bigger, Elementor a lot bigger. So I could make more content about WordPress, so my share of voice becomes bigger. That's the feedback I get from this. I scroll down and then I see the key business drivers by frequency. So I focus on visual design and on complete tutorials, so end-to-end build guidance, beginner hand-holding instructions. So that's where I focus on. My English is not my main language. And I want my tutorials to be complete, so people are not in the dark at the end of the tutorial, like, what should I do next? And Semrush is seeing that. What I don't like is that Authority Hacker is winning in this area. So what I could do, based on this information, decide to be even more complete in my tutorials. So over here, I see how I am doing. And what I see irregularly updated tutorial content, that's something that comes back now and then. That's what I'm not that good at. So I should make more tutorials about relevant tools, because tools are updating really fast. So I should make more tutorials, update my tutorials more often. So that's feedback that can literally help me to create more blog posts and more tutorials. Over here, I see the comparisons with all the competitors side by side. So with Authority Hacker, WP Beginner, and I see who's winning. So I can take a look at their content. If let's see if someone is doing better than me. For instance, page builder ecosystem. I could take a look at tutorials from Elementor and see how I can implement it myself more. So make more tutorials about page builders and which one are the best if I want to grow in this area. This is super cool. It tells me literally what I can do in a short time frame, a medium time frame, and an urgent time frame. So it tells me literally what I should do in order to be found better in the AI results. So that's the brand performance, but wait, there is more. Look at this, perception. Again, there is an overview with insights. Over here we have the competitive perception by platform, by ChatGPT. I'm doing quite well. WP Beginner is doing better. I scroll down and then over here I literally see what I can improve. They say what I'm doing really great. friendly, beginner, calm, step-by-step teaching style that assumes no prior experience. Well, that's exactly where I stand for. And then over here, there are areas for improvement. It's literally telling me what I should do. Teaching is heavily page builder centric and somehow outdated relative to modern blog editor, full site editing practices. So they say you should make more content about this. Focus on implementation more than fundamentals, lacks depth in advanced WordPress SEO. So I could make more advanced WordPress tutorials, more advanced SEO tutorials, business strategy, skills. So it's telling me literally what I should do if I want to be found more in the AI results. Also here, a lot of comparisons. So I'm doing not too well, performance, security, and WP Tats is doing a lot about that. So I can take a look at what he's doing in that area and see if I can implement it a bit more. So I can also be found better in the AI results in this area. The mentions. Well, I mentioned a lot. I'm happy with that. Here, not too much, but I'm also not talking too much about that. So it's pretty accurate when I take a look at all these statistics. And over here, I see where I'm doing great. Step-by-step full website tutorials, 100%. So if I want to increase in these areas, focus on tools and setups, for instance, a lot of different WordPress tools, I could improve that because I'm not mentioned too much in this area compared to others. Let's go to narrative drivers. Insights for this page, share of voice by platform. So it's not too big on ChatGPT. And then over here, it says this is for the pay plan. So what does it mean? I need to get Semrush One. I'm still on a free trial of 14 days. After 14 days, these options are available to me. If I really want to get them, click over here and I can pay now. And if I don't do that, then after 2 weeks, I get access to this. But right now, everything we use is still free. We can cancel if we want to and still make use of all this information. And it's telling us a lot. So again, share voice, the amount we are mentioned could be more, and the average position, which is also one of the lowest. It's the lowest of all those people. But as I said before, I got a lot of tips from Semrush to improve myself. Top domains by citation, and I'm barely cited yet. 3 citations versus 151 on Reddit. Well, Reddit is a really big website. Udemy also. All those are really big websites. But if I start to implement what I've learned so far, I could get this to a higher number. A deeper dive. So these are questions that are answered, and I see over here I'm doing really well. Number 1, number 2 on these questions. And I see I'm doing pretty well in comparison with my competitors. Then there are other tools or other tabs. Answers. Do I answer? Why do so many people recommend Ferdy for WordPress over Daryl Wilson or Tyler Moore? Really nice. Well, probably because my English is a bit simpler and I'm more good looking. No, just kidding. So really interesting that people are asking those questions. Let's go to the questions. And based on all the information, the bigger this part is, the more people want to learn about this. So about blogging, SEO, affiliate, authority sites, beginner WordPress tutorials. And then the smaller part is about Elementor design, users. So if I want to get a larger group of people to follow my tutorials, I should talk about blogging, SEO, affiliate. And if I want to focus on a more narrow group, but give them a really amazing experience, then I can focus on Elementor, design, user experience, hosting, tool, security. What do people want to learn? Do they want to be educated? Do they want to do research, compare things, or just get support? Well, education is on top, so I prefer to focus on that. And here I can see per topic what people are searching for the most. Well, I'm all about education. But if you take a look at blogging, SEO, and affiliate, people are more about research. So if I would see, for instance, that with affiliate, people are all about comparisons, I could make more comparison content instead of education. Here is education on top again, and by far. So you see, it breaks down multiple subjects. And again, over here, I get AI strategic opportunities, all with an urgent time frame. And it says literally what I should do. You can also skip this and go for the recommendations. Codify a brand promise like from zero to tech skills to live WordPress site. Create an updated flagship WordPress for absolute beginners series that goes from idea to launch. Add a language level on tech jargon explanations on screen, tooltips, callouts, PDFs, so beginners feel seen. Reinforce social proof by collecting and showcasing testimonials from non-technical users who launched their first site. This is what I did before. I stopped doing that. So here it says you should do that again. And it's only this area. There's so much more. So in this way, Semrush is helping me to take certain actions so I will be found better in the AI results. And in that way, beat my competition. What Google and AI tools really don't like are broken links, broken websites, websites with errors. So what you can do a site audit with Semrush One. And then you can see how healthy your website is. But not only that, you can also see what you need to fix in order to make your website more healthy. And a more healthy website, the better you will be found in the search results. So really important to apply this to your own website. Let's go to site audit. Really important. My website is already crawled. You get 100 pages that are crawled with this version of Semrush. My site health is 80%. I can make it better by taking a look at the errors, the warnings, and the crawlability. So let's go to the errors, and it tells me literally what's going on. 65 internal links are broken. So I can click on it and see which they are. And I know it's true because I had a Dutch variant on my website and I removed it, so it's not working anymore. So I should definitely get rid of that. And if I fix those errors, which Semrush shows me, my health also increases and I'll be found better because Google and AI hates websites that are not properly working. So I can go back to all issues. What else? 5 issues with duplicate title tags. 3 pages with the title, How to Make a WordPress Website 2026. So I should fix that, give them all another title. Also with this one, it's twice the same. I can go back 2 pages, duplicate content. So if I take a look over here and over here, let me click here and click here. So one is a blog post, one is a tutorial with the same content over here, as you see. So Google does not like that. So what I should do, this is the tutorial, so I should get rid of this text, leave the text here at the blog post, get rid of it over here. And the great thing is that Semrush pointed this out to me. And if I fix this and I refresh it, it will be crawled again. Then those issues are gone. My website health increases and I will be found better, both in the search results as in the AI tools results. If there are specific prompts you want to be found on, you can fill those in, make a list of all the prompts you want to be found on, and then you'll see how you are doing and what you need to do in order to be found better on those particular prompts. Let's go to prompt tracking. If I want to be found on a certain subject, I can create an SEO project, https ferdy.com, and the name is WordPress. I want to be found more on WordPress topics. So I click on create SEO project. I focus on the United States, English, continue to prompts. And the prompt is WordPress, WordPress for beginners, WordPress tutorials or tutorial. Okay. I scroll down and I click on start tracking and then it sends me weekly ranking updates via email. So there it is, AI visibility 0%, average precision. So there is something going on over here because I'm indexed probably. It's the March 19th. I'm indexed one time on page 2. So search results 11 till 20. And I'm trying to rank for those 3, WordPress, WordPress for beginners and WordPress tutorial. So somebody had a prompt WordPress tutorial and I came here at position 13. So the more prompts I have, the more information I get over here. This is just an hour ago. So add a lot of prompts and then you can see when you are indexed. And of course, now it's a matter of creating content about those prompts. So I should create more content about WordPress tutorial, WordPress for beginners, WordPress, and then I will see how well I am ranking. Over here, I see the source. So that's a good thing. So that's how you can use prompt tracking. Semrush also has another feature, content creation. It can help you to create content for your website. This is a different service. So let me show you what you can do with that. Then we can go to content creation. This can help you to create content. This is a different service. You can try it for free. And after that, it is $60 per month. So if you want to learn more about that, click on content creation. So, ladies and gentlemen, if we take a look at SEO, we see an overview of how we are doing. And if we go to AI, and we click on our website, we see how we are doing when it comes to AI. And you've learned over here what you can do in order to create content that will help you to be found better in both the search results as in the AI results. I want to thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope it was helpful. If it was, please like the video or feel free to subscribe for more upcoming tutorials on how to make websites, how to work with AI. And I wish you the best of luck with your business. Ciao.